Let's take a look at what's new in tFLOW 6. So first item is archive. Several of you have been looking for this feature for some time now. Let's go ahead and explain what the archive function does in tFLOW. So over here we have, if we go into orders, we'll be able to see that one of the options now when an order is complete, so the order needs to be in 100% complete state. So most of you know that an order can be complete when all of the jobs that are in the order reach a state of either being approved and sent to production or canceled. So when an order is complete, such as one of these, we can go ahead and select, and then here we have an option now that appears, which is archive. And so the archive allows you now to archive the order, and what happens at this point, we see the status here is archiving, is that all of the order information is retained, but the high-res files are moved to another drive or another destination. So if we can see here now that this order is archived, it's kind of grayed out here. We can still go ahead and open up the order, and we have all of the information just like before. So we can see the order history, and we can also still view the jobs here. And I can go ahead and open up a job, view it, see any comments that were made in the past. But at this point here, you can see we don't have any actions available on the job. So all the information is still present, but the high res is now no longer residing on the system, which allows you to do a backup or archive into a backup area, something that doesn't affect your disk space usage. So if you need to go back and reuse the job at some time, you can simply make the selection, and there's a unarchive button available here. And again, the unarchive can be used just for the job, or you can also unarchive the entire order, which will then bring it out of archive and back into normal state once again. So let's go back over here. So if I want to unarchive this, I can go back, click here, and then unarchive. And what happens here is then again the high-res data is pulled back over from that other destination, brought back into the order, and then once it's done archiving, all the information will be available once again as it was before, and the order status will go back to normal. Okay, so next thing here is server sent events, and so this will be noticeable, especially in the speed of processing and the update of the screen. So if we have here, let's go into an order. Let's go ahead and create an order here. And I'm going to select for product type, just standard digital printing. And I'll go ahead and save this order. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in a few files. And let's go ahead and grab this file here. We have this one and one more. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw 3 files here into this order. And what you're going to notice here is that the update is going to be very fast. And so you see here, these 2 are processing. This one's still finishing the upload. And what you're going to notice is that the processing time is going to be quite fast. So we should probably see here, this one's already waiting for approval. These 2 are still processing. This is now waiting for approval as well. And this one will finish in just a moment here. So that's so what's happening at this point with server sent events is that we don't any longer wait for every minute to pass before updating the client application. So what's happening is that the server, as soon as the step or the processing step is finished, it's pushing out an update to any clients that are connected. So you're getting real-time status updates on the jobs here. So as you can see here, in the past, these files may have taken a minute to process. Now they've taken about 12 seconds. So of course, it will depend on the file size and so forth, but the difference here being that these files are being updated real time. So again, you see very, very fast turnaround times, but also they're being handled here independently. So I can go ahead and approve this one as well. And let's say that something down here, I want to request a new revision, and then I want to go ahead and drop a new version of the file into one of these. I can do that as well, and each of these is handled. As you can see here, it doesn't need the whole screen to update. It's going to each one of these process individually. That's what the whole thing about server sent events is about. So with that, you'll notice again, you'll have an updated screen, constantly updated screen with all the different jobs. Plus, you just notice that the transitions from state to state are going to happen much, much more quickly. So one other thing to mention as well is also the way the jobs are displayed. So we still have, of course, the traditional grid view like we had before, as well as the Kanban, but now there's been a change to the row view. And so what you get here is a much more concise display of the information. We used to have columns here, but there's so much information to fit in the columns that the data inside of each column was often truncated. So we chose this format here, which allows you to see all the information relating to the job. And you can define here by choosing which options you want to include. So if I click out now, you see now the amount of information displayed is reduced. When I go back and turn any of those on, like company and description, click away here, you see that it automatically expands to display the information. So much easier way to read about the jobs that you have here in your display. Okay, so let's take a look here at also parallel processing. So this is also tied to that other faster processing speed. So one thing is the server sent events, you're getting live updates in your client application or the web browser, but that's in conjunction with parallel processing. So essentially up to 10 files will be processed at a time. So part of that speed as well. So a large part of it was just the updating of the client, even though it's in the back end, the server could have been already finished. But over here with the parallel processing, what's going on as well is that different workers are being started up with each file. So up to 10 files can be processed at the same time in parallel. So you'll also notice much faster speeds in terms of your files going through the system, whether it's going to waiting approval to approve, to pre-flighting, to adding finishing options. All those different options now are being handled in parallel. And then the final main feature here is the implementation of the Toolbox 9. So there are quite a few new features in Toolbox 9. I recommend to go to the Callus website to see what features are new. Just to name a few of those is advanced variable processing, so much more powerful support for using variables within your pre-flight and finishing profiles, as well as being able to create contours and layers from shapes within a file. Also, tiling is available, as well as some additional bleed options, like taking what's called a pixel bleed, so taking one pixel out and smearing it out or bleeding it out. So quite a few new and exciting options in Toolbox 9 that will now, of course, be included in tFLOW. So again, recommend you see the video regarding the Toolbox available on the Callus or 4P's website. And I think that's it for now. We'll have another update coming beginning of the year, but I hope you enjoy these new features of tFLOW 6, and we look forward to your feedback. Thank you very much.